There is a lot of confusion about the CSS box model and especially about the margins. And sometimes professional website designers become confused about the box model and how the components work. Let me give you an example of this confusion. Recently, I saw an answer on Stack Overflow. He said that margin is not part of the box model, but this is not true. The truth is, margin is the part of the box model. The guy who answered this question has got 48 upvotes. It's huge, and he has over 7K reputations on Stack Overflow, so we can call him an expert without any doubt. But this is not my point here. My point is to clarify the confusions about the CSS box model and the margins. Let me give you a live example. I took an image as the content. Many web designers think that margins will always create a space around the content, but this is not always true. The margin will create a space only if the content has available space. So to demonstrate the purpose, let me give it a border first. You will see that the image became smaller by the border because border and padding applies to the inside of this content. So if we give it a padding, it will become more smaller, and the white portion is the padding. So there is no available space in this container. So if we give the image a margin in this situation, this image will overflow the container. So give it a margin 60 pixel, for example. So now it's overflowing the containing div. This is just because this container or the content does not have any available space. So this is how margins works. But if we give the image an absolute width and height that is smaller than the containing div, then it will not overflow. Let me clarify this situation. For example, 780 pixel. The height is also 700 pixel because this image is square size. You can give it height auto or 780 pixel. Everything works the same. So we really don't need to mention the height here. It will come automatically. So let me give some background color so this padding and margin will become more visible. This is the containing div background red and refresh the page. Okay, also the image should have a background color. Blue. Okay, now if we refresh, we'll clearly see this difference. The blue is the padding, the green is the border, and red is the margin. Now it's not overflowing the containing div because the image has available space for this 60 pixel around all four directions. But there is a catch. Why I choose 780 pixel for this image width? Because the container is 900 pixel wide, and we have 60 pixel margins. That means we have to deduct 60 pixel from the left and 60 pixel from the right. That means anything over 780 pixel will overflow the container. But what if the image is less than 780 pixel? So if we make it 700, what will happen? Then let me refresh the page. This is also works, and anything less than 780 pixel in our case will work just fine. This is just aligning on the left side, but the image receives its margins, border, padding without any problem. But if you want to make it center, just uh, flex the container, okay, flex, and justify content center. So it should align in the center. Let me give you one more and last example that will really help you in your web design career. Here I have two sections, one is yellow and another one is green. The yellow section has a 60 pixel bottom margin and the green section has a 60 pixel top margin. So the space you see between these two sections, it should be 60 plus 60 equal to 120 pixels. But in reality, it's only 60 pixels. That means any sections or any content can borrow space from its neighbor. It's only applicable for margins. And margin works differently than padding and border. Let me show you the code. Here is the 60 pixel margin both for yellow and green section. If we make it 90 pixel, we will see only 30 pixel increased. Here is a slight change, but we also make, if we also make it 90 pixel, we will not see any changes because we have already 90 pixel for these two sections. There is no change. This is the same as past, and this is how margin works.